Alright everyone, we need to have a serious talk about NetherRealm Studios and WB Games right now. Because it seems like while every single major fighting game franchise is out here, dropping trailers, running open betas, releasing DLC characters, and basically feeding their fan bases, NRS has went completely ghost. It has been nearly 9 years since Injustice 2 hit store shelves. I'm talking 9 years, that's a long time. We went through the whole span of Mortal Kombat 11, we watched the whole entire life cycle of Mortal Kombat 1 come and go, and DC fighting game fans have just been left sitting in the dark, surviving on maybe cryptic Ed Boon tweets and fake leak reports. And then, when the community was just practically begging on their knees for an Injustice 3 teaser, WB Games finally drops an announcement. Okay, was it Injustice 3? Was it a high budget AAA console fighter? No. We received DCKO, a free-to-play mobile tap fighter. I'm not joking with you guys. The entire FGC basically gasped, held its breath expecting, Batman vs Superman on next gen, right? And we got handed basically like a gacha mobile game instead. Meanwhile, on the other side of the comic book fence, look at Marvel. Marvel is absolutely dominating. They're killing it with Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls right now. And Marvel fighters in general are thriving, filling up lobbies, packing tournament floors. Like hell, even Marvel vs Capcom is doing really well and generating insane hype despite the internet, drama surrounding them and the whole PC port. That's something else. The hunger for a top tier comic book fighting game is higher than it's ever been in human history. So why is DC letting Marvel completely lap them? And where in the world is Injustice 3? Let's talk about it. But if you guys don't know me by now, I'm MrFrostyFlamez, but you can call me Mike. We do anything gaming news, reviews, playthroughs, etc. and we do it in a chill way with no over editing BS. So if you enjoy that style of content, be sure to hit that sub button and join the MrFrostyFlamez Legion. Anyways, let's get back to the video. So we gotta start with one thing, and that's the DCKO situation, because the emotional damage this trailer inflicted on the FGC, especially the NRS FGC scene, needs to be studied in a lab. Because for months around the time where Mortal Kombat 1 was getting cancelled and or dying, fans were just basically watching every single gaming showcase. They were convinced that NetherRealm was finally gonna pop out of the shadows and drop that iconic Injustice 3 logo reveal or something. They were like, okay, Injustice 3 is around the corner, we got this, we could wait, etc, etc. But then the news finally drops. Okay, a brand new DC fighting game is finally announced. Okay, people lost their minds for about 3 seconds until they clicked the link and saw that it was just like a mobile game built for iOS and Android. Like, come on. Like, no shade to mobile developers or the team developing DCKO, but dropping a mobile brawler when your core console audience has been starved for a mainline entry for almost a decade feels like a massive slap in the face. Like, are they even thinking? It completely misread the room. It took all of the built up hype for a DC fighting game comeback and popped the balloon right in front of us. Basically what I'm saying is, when your fan base is asking for a gourmet steak dinner, you don't just hand them, a microwave lunchbox and expect them to cheer. It's criminal. And the reason DCKO hurts so bad is because of how long we've been waiting for NRS to stick to their traditional schedule. I love their old one. It worked like clockwork, drop Mortal Kombat, then 2 years later drop Injustice, then 2 years later drop Mortal Kombat, and just repeat. That rotation was elite. It kept both Mortal Kombat heads and comic book fans, fed every 2 years. That wasn't really a long time to wait. We'd always been constantly getting something in rotation. Everything was at a fast pace. But after MK11, the machine broke. Instead of returning to Gotham and Metropolis, they went straight into Mortal Kombat 1. That might have been their biggest mistake. Now, with MK1 winding down, obviously, NRS has locked the doors and pulled down the blinds and just gone completely silent. No teaser trailers, no logo reveals at all, no roadmap, just total radio silence. When you leave a passionate community, and I'm telling you, the NRS scene is hella passionate, in the dark for almost 10 years. When you leave them in the dark for 10 years, fatigue sets in, people stop making speculation videos, people stop holding out hope, and they pack up their hype and take it somewhere else. Hell, that's why I'm just making videos about other things right now. I'm making more videos about Marvel Tokon, and if I do make a Mortal Kombat video, it's about that very, very great iconic Mortal Kombat 3D era, because I need to go into the past to find content. There's nothing right now. MK1 is dead. Injustice is basically dead. We need a new game. And where are people taking that hype? Straight to Marvel. Marvel is thriving while DC slumbers. And look at what's happening right now in the FGC. You know, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls just dropped. And even with, you know, the review issues, you know, people are saying the PC port is unoptimized, or they're complaining about the roster sizes or something. You can't lie, this game is booming. You know, it's pretty hyped. The lobbies are packed, lab monsters are cooking, you know, you have crazy 4v4 tag combos, and the tournament organizers are just putting it straight to the main stage. Between Marvel Tokon and the ongoing hype for maybe like classic Marvel vs. Capcom titles, Marvel is basically wiping the floor with DC in the fighting game space right now. And it proves that one undeniable fact, that the superhero fighting game genre is not dead. Casual fans and hardcore FGC veterans, they want to play as superhero icons. They want, you know, Flash, they want cinematic supers, they want high stakes comic book brawls. The market is wide open and they're just printing money, especially with the casual fans, because they're a big portion of it too. Yet WB Games is just sitting on the bench holding that DC license hostage while Marvel scores touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, not just with fighting games but just with games in general. Look at like Marvel's Wolverine, you know, they have this whole roadmap of other games. Hopefully that Blade game comes out if they didn't cancel it. I heard they had like a Black Panther and an Iron Man game or something like that coming out. Really? But then look at DC. You had like Suicide Squad, Gotham Knights. I mean, the only banger that they had in recent memory was that Lego Batman game that just came out. But that's a Lego game, right? I want an actual DC game, but we're just not getting any of that. And the most frustrating part about all of this is that DC actually cooked with Injustice 2, because when it came out back in 2017, it was an absolute juggernaut. You know, I would be, you know, iffy if that game was trash, you know, oh, Injustice 2 wasn't too good, blah, blah, blah. But no, Injustice 2, that game was good. It was really good. You had the gear system. Whether you guys love it or hate it, it gave casuals endless custom outfits and stat progression. Then you had the cinematic story mode. NRS literally set the gold standard for how fighting game story mode should be produced. It was banging, it was good. They even had a comic book line too along with it. It was really good. And the competitive depth was amazing too, you know. The pro scene was massive, the clashes were iconic, and character traits made every fighter feel distinct. You know, DC basically just had the mainstream casual appeal, the comic book lore, and the best production budget in the entire genre. But by letting that franchise sit on ice for nearly 10 years while releasing mobile game spin-offs like DCKO, WB Games has completely killed the momentum that NRS spent a decade building. And at the end of the day, NRS staying quiet while Marvel dominates the entire FGC and WB pushing out mobile games is a massive missed opportunity. Superhero fighting games are really basically hotter than ever right now, and DC fans deserve a real next-gen console fighter. So Ed Boon, whoever, WB Games, if you guys are somehow watching, put down the mobile games and show us the Injustice 3 trailer. That's what everyone wants. Come on, guys. But now I want to hear from you guys in the comments. How did you react when DCKO got announced instead of Injustice 3? Do you think NRS is secretly cooking with Injustice 3 anytime soon, or has the long wait completely killed your hype? Let me know down below in the comments. But if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to join the MrFrostyFlamez Legion. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good one. Let me know in the comments what else you want to see. MrFrostyFlamez out. Ciao.